Did you know there have actually been four industrial revolutions since the mid 1700s? The first one was around 1760s when it began, and they called it the Age of Mechanical Production. The quote unquote revolution here was from the reliance on animals, human effort, and biomass as primary sources of energy to the use of fossil fuels and mechanical power. So you can imagine before where we were an agrarian people running a farm off of an oxen to move to till the crops and humans to plant them into actually having access to fossil fuels and machines in order to do stuff like that. The second industrial revolution was around the end of the 19th century, and this was called the Age of Science and Mass Production. The revolution here was in the form of electricity distribution, both wireless and wired communication, and the invention of the automobile and plane. The third industrial revolution, called the digital revolution, began in the 1950s, and the revolution here was the development of digital systems, communication, and rapid advances in computing power. So think higher level automation. And then the fourth industrial revolution, which is happening now, it's already happened with the top 1%, is the advent of quote unquote cyber physical systems. These are entirely new ways in which technology becomes embedded within societies and even our human bodies. Yay? So, with waves and waves of technological advances over the last 260 plus years, we've become obsessed with the new. There is undoubtedly an obsessive, addictive element to it. And what a great distraction from what is really happening. Our continual disconnection from nature, dehumanization, and objectification. And as the UN pointed out in 2013, more people in the world have access to a mobile phone than basic sanitation. What a great representation that new tech equals more important than human life these days. And just to be clear, I am all for technology. My astrology chart is heavily Mercury-dominant, so you better believe that the internet and my cell phone is they're both on my daily gratitude list. But where we need to draw a line in the sand is technology as a tool for human development, joy, and aliveness, not humans as the testing ground for technological advancement. Tech making life on Earth for humans, animals, plants, all of it more beautiful and connected. And let's have it resolve the climate crisis while we're at it. Not tech replacing life on Earth through virtual worlds and us going to Mars. This starts by you grounding yourself in the natural world and building your business with the principles of nature and deconditioning from the industrial mindset. So let's start with checking if you are experiencing the painful symptoms of industry over nature. So here are the 8 signs you're leading your business with an industrial mindset. Number 1, your sole business measurements are financial. So don't get me wrong, money is beautiful and it seriously matters in business. But to have it be your main measurement of business success and the main thing you celebrate in business is a big sign that you're stuck in an industrial mindset. When we prioritize money above all else, then we can do things that don't truly align with our highest values because money gets the pedestal. Other things to celebrate and measure could include the amount of people you serve, the amount of people you employ and families you support, the amount of free time you have, your health, the health of your relationships, charitable contributions, trees planted, microloans given, pro bono work, scholarships gifted, your level of creativity, people reached, lives changed. A great start for this is thinking about the non-monetary mission of your business. Yes, make financial goals, but what larger why is behind the work that you do in the world? Measure that. Okay, on to number 2. You've lost your sense of aliveness. If you're feeling gray about your business, you may be cut off from your true nature and the biggest impact work you could be doing in the world. Number 3, you have a rigid schedule. The industrial mindset sees time linearly and neutrally. 1 hour is the same as the next. This isn't true in nature. In nature, time is cyclical, seasonal, and interwoven with the rest of reality. In the regenerative model, you take into account personal and collective realities, your menstrual cycle, current astrology, the phase of the moon, the seasons, the season your business is in, your energy levels, and those of your team. When you have a rigid schedule where 1 hour is the same as the next, it means that you can work like a machine in a factory, pumping out units day after day, week after week, versus in this regenerative model where you realize that sometimes of the day and sometimes of the month, you are more creative, you're more analytical, you're more able to do good work, and where other times you're more likely to need rest or more likely to need to connect with loved ones. Okay, so moving on to number 4, which is to feel the internal pressure to have everything done now. There's a certain level of scarcity innate in the industrial mindset. It leads you to believe that if you don't grab that opportunity now or hit your goal this year, then you're fucked. It will never happen and you will become destitute. In the regenerative business model, there is an honoring of the seasons of life and your business. You allow a seed to grow and flower with consistent care over time. And that flower creates hundreds more seeds that grow into hundreds of more flowers. It's all about you continuing to prioritize the fertility of your soil and observing what is needed over time. The urgency is gone, that internal pressure dissipates. Number 5, seeing others in your industry as competition. The industrial mindset will lead you to believe that you and your business are commodities. You are competing with other people in your industry because you're just another brand on the shelf. In the regenerative business model, you uncover your unique genius and the 1 in 7 billion way you contribute to society through leaning into your gifts, your interests, your genius. There is no competition and you actually thrive in collaboration. Number 6 of our 8 signs you're leading your business with an industrial mindset is that you're stressed all the time. Those tight shoulders and jaw are talking to you. You needing to be in control of everything is a symptom of an industrial mindset. In a regenerative model, you are building your business ecosystem to collaborate within. Because when we try to control nature, we become disconnected from the source. Number 7, you're following someone else's blueprint, and it feels off. When we follow someone else's step-by-step formula for running your business, we often run over our own intuitions, preferences, and personal needs. And it could be quote-unquote working in terms of your business making money, or it may not be. But either way, it feels like wearing a bra that's too small. Trying to shove everything in, it's uncomfortable and not cute. So our 8th and final sign is obsessing over what you get out of everything. A hallmark of an industrial mindset is an obsession with production and efficiency, specifically in the realm of units sold. You have to squeeze every hour for what it's worth, your time, your team's time, every interaction, every transaction. But happiness, fulfillment, and abundance naturally flows from being of service and connecting in with the collective, both relationally and business-wise. Can you exactly measure what you get out of having tea with a friend? Or spending 6 months traveling? Or what may come out of following your intuition? No. But treating your body and business like a machine or a factory will not lead to the big life you seek. So in our next episode, of the Regenerative Business Podcast. Next week, I have a scheme to share with you. So get ready for that. I'm excited to share my scheme with you. And it does involve you. So look forward to that next week. And in the meantime, have you gotten on to the Regenerative Business Creation Lab waitlist yet? So the Regenerative Business Creation Lab opens November 13th. The waitlist is open now and is the only way to get first access with 40% off and special bonuses that are not available to anyone else, anywhere else. It's not going to be shared on Instagram. It's not going to be shared anywhere except for that waitlist. So head on over to thedirtyalchemy.com and you'll see right on top of the website, we'll also put in the show notes below, but you'll see right on top of the website, there's a red banner that when you click it will take you to the waitlist page for you to sign up. And if you read Regenerative Business and you've been putting things into action and you're ready to go deeper, the Regenerative Business Creation Lab is for you. It is my first time releasing it into the world, and I'm so excited to share it with you in November. And if you're craving a way for you to do business that feels natural, like an exhale, a full body expression of you, with the full support and structure of a business ecosystem set up around you, and if you want to make a notable and lasting imprint on the world with ease, clarity, and fucking gusto, then I'm so excited for you to come and join me in the Creation Lab. More details to come. See you next week.